Next important organelle is mitochondria. Mitochondria is also called powerhouse of the cell. We call it powerhouse of the cell. The reason is it produces the energy molecule ATP. Mitochondria produces ATP, that is the energy molecule or the energy currency of the cell. Mitochondria is a double layered double membrane organelle. It has two layers, the outer membrane and the inner membrane, and the matrix is there inside. Mitochondria has outer membrane and the inner membrane. The inner membrane is folded into structure called cristae. The inner membrane is folded into structure called cristae. So they have a double membrane cap. Now these cristae, the purpose of cristae is what? Increase the surface area, and they are the site of aerobic respiration. So basically glucose is oxidized to CO2 and energy. Now these cristae increase surface area for ATP generation for the chemical reaction, and this ATP is used for different purpose. ATP is the energy currency of the cell. Most of the function inside the cell is carried out by ATP. There are other chemical also, but primarily it is done by what? ATP. ATP. There is another energy currency, energy molecule called GTP also. There is a thing called GTP, guanosine triphosphate. GTP stands for guanosine triphosphate, but most of the work is done by ATP. But most of the action inside the cell is done by ATP. Another unique feature of mitochondria is that they have their own DNA and ribosome. Only mitochondria and chloroplast have their own DNA and ribosome. This is unique feature, and that is why they are able to make some of their own protein, and that is why mitochondria are considered to be semi-autonomous organelle. Fully autonomous means totally independent. Semi-autonomous means some decision can be taken by them also. So mitochondria are semi-autonomous organelle. Why? Due to presence of DNA and ribosome. So the other semi-autonomous organelle is chloroplast. Only two organelles are considered to be semi-autonomous. One is mitochondria and second is chloroplast. This question has been asked multiple times. Which of the following organelle is semi-autonomous? So remember, mitochondria and chloroplast. Only two organelles are autonomous. One is mitochondria, second is chloroplast. Now, all our mitochondria come from mother side. The mitochondria comes from which side? Mother side, or we call it as maternal inheritance. In case of mitochondria, we have maternal inheritance. Why? In sexual reproduction, you have the process of fertilization. In fertilization, so this is the egg. This is the egg. or I am making a bigger one. This is the egg. And this is the sperm. Now, during fertilization, sperm enters inside the egg. During process of fertilization, sperm enters inside the egg. But what happens? Only the head of the sperm enters inside the egg, and the tail remains outside. The tail portion remains outside. Now, mitochondria in case of sperm is found in the tail. Mitochondria in case of sperm is found in tail. So, none of the father's mitochondria enters inside the egg. That is why 100% of our mitochondria comes from mother side, or we call it as maternal inheritance. So only the head enters, and the mitochondria of the sperm are found in tail. Tail remains outside. This you have to remember. So all our mitochondria is from mother side. Now if there is some deficiency in the mitochondrial DNA of mother, then all her children, whether it is male or female, whether it is a boy or girl, they will suffer from the inherited disease. Some of the inherited mitochondrial deficiency disease are diabetes, muscle weakness, dementia, poor balance, etc. Now to overcome it, a new technique has come into picture, that is called 3-parent IVF. 3-parent IVF is being used to improve the mitochondrial DNA deficiency. This will cover in detail. So 3-parent IVF is used to correct the mitochondrial deficiency. This is used to correct the mitochondrial deficiency. 3-parent IVF. Then there is another interesting. Mitochondria is important from the point of view of both prelims and mains. Lot of questions have been asked from mitochondria. Basic question was semi-autonomous organelle, and then the emerging question like 3-parent IVF, and the another important area is your DNA barcoding. This has been in lot of news.